Right, today's no red ink practice has to do with pronoun antecedent agreement and then just avoiding using vague pronouns. So I just want to review a couple of rules with you really quickly before you attempt that practice. An antecedent is just a fancy word to say like that is what your pronoun's referring to. So remember, a pronoun is a word that replaces a noun. Your antecedent must agree with your pronoun in both gender and number. So is it referring to a boy, a girl? Is the gender unknown? You need to determine those things. And then you also need to determine is your antecedent singular or plural. So in this case, Cassie and Kyle enjoyed their Caesar salads. There is our pronoun, right? There is a plural pronoun, and we need a plural pronoun because our antecedent is Cassie and Kyle, right? We have a compound subject there. Those are two people, okay? Or and nor sometimes throw people off. So with or nor, you're only referring to one of those groups. So in this case, neither Keith nor Andrew brought his putter to the golf course. If there is an or a nor, okay, always assume you are referring to the subject closest to the verb. I know my mouse is kind of in the way. So in this case, it's referring to Andrew. So Andrew brought his putter, right? Andrew is a singular male. So that's why it's his. The example that's kind of blocked by the screencastify button is the dogs or the cat played in its yard. So dogs is plural, cat is singular. And we know we need the singular one because the cat is closest to the verb. So the cat played in its backyard, right? Had those been flip-flopped, the cat or the dogs played in, then it would be their backyard because then in that case, the dog is closest to the verb. So that's what throws people off with or nor. You're just referring to one and you always look to the one that is closest to your verb. All right, a few more rules. Just a reminder, all of these indefinite pronouns are singular. So anybody, anyone, each, either, everybody, everyone, neither, nobody, no one, somebody, someone. You just need to memorize those. Those will be singular and therefore must get a singular pronoun, okay? But you still want it to agree in gender. So in this case, someone on the girls' soccer team forgot her uniform. Someone is singular, but I know I need that female pronoun her because it's the girls' soccer team, okay? Some people get thrown off by what the subject actually is because sometimes the prepositional phrase within the sentence makes it seem like it's plural, but the prepositional phrase will never be a part of the subject. It just sometimes gives us clues as to gender, okay? So just be mindful of that. I always just like to cross those out in my mind, and I know then that someone is my subject. Use it to refer to animals when the animal's gender is unclear. So my neighbor's dog is always licking its paws, right? I don't know my neighbor's dog's gender. However, if I was referring to your pet, if you're referring to your pet, we know the gender. So Willie used to love playing with his jack-o'-lantern toy. All right, these are just some practices. One of the students refuses to do his or their assignment. Again, these are the ones I was trying to warn you about that are going to throw you off. So students seems to be plural, right? So we're thinking probably there, but that's what you need to be mindful of. Cross out those prepositional phrases. Get rid of the students. We know one is our subject, right? And one is singular. Therefore, I know I need the singular pronoun. So in this case, it would be his, okay? Matt, Karen, and Ed, because the and, I know it's going to be a plural pronoun, right? Her, their, essays. There is our plural one, so answers there. Was either Tony or Ernie sitting in his or their seat? Again, remember, or is referring to one of these at a time, and you always look at the one closest to the verb. So would we say Ernie is sitting in his seat or Ernie is sitting in their seat, right? Ernie is singular, therefore we just need the his. You may have seen when you type your essay, sometimes I write ambiguous pronoun. This is what this practice is trying to correct. So the cat chased the mouse and the hamster and caught it. In that case, I don't know if the it is referring to the mouse or the hamster, right? It's just not clear. This one, they say that exercise is good for the body and the mind. I'm thinking, who the heck is they, right? So you want to be more specific, I don't know, PE teachers say that exercise is good for the body and the mind, whatever it is. You want to just be specific with your pronouns. I need to know who you're referring to. That's another reason you want to avoid the yous in your writing. You don't want to say Emerson wants you to feel that, he wants readers, or just be more specific. So in some countries, you can only praise but never criticize the government, right? This is our vague pronoun. Who is the you? Maybe you could say in some countries, citizens can only praise but never criticize the government. Number two, we waited outside the actors' dressing rooms but didn't meet a single one. The one is vague. Again, usually a lot of time, not usually, a lot of times your whoever's listening to you can figure it out just based on context clues, but you don't want them to have to do extra work. So really, instead of saying one, say we didn't meet a single actor, right? Specific is terrific. And then finally, number three, in the boardroom, they make all kinds of decisions about how products will be advertised. So be more specific. Who is the they? Employees, CEOs, whatever you want to say, just be specific. Say what you mean. Okay. If you have questions as you're working on today's practice, just Google Hangout me or email me, and I am happy to help.